I'd be lying if I will be saying na hindi ako nagulat na may ganun palang nangyari. But nonetheless, I don't think we should cast aspersions against the integrity of the court or anything like that. It is what it is. Yun yung naging resolusyon, yun yung naging ruling. At ngayon naman, sa amin naman, sinasabi ko naman parate, hindi naman kami takot sa dokumento. Kung lumabas man yung lahat ng yan, handa din naman kaming harapin bawat isa sa mga dokumento na yan. Kaya lang naman kami nag-oppose dahil we really firmly believe na itong subpoena ay overbroad at may mga batas na maapektuhan that are there not only meant to protect the Vice President or impeachable officers but all of us.
Attorney, yun nga, nang may nabanggit si Attorney Reggie Tongkol, yung spokesperson ng impeachment court, na binabanggit niya yung big chunk daw nung ruling kahapon ni Presiding Officer Chris Escudero, igawa na bago pa nga nagsimula itong impeachment file. Ano po ang masasabi dito ng defense?
Actually, nagulat rin ako nung nabasa ko yung yung statement or at least yung statement base sa interview yata ng spokesperson ng impeachment court. But nonetheless, I don't really want to read too much into it. I don't want to cast aspersions dito sa ating nangyari kahapon. Marami kasing pwedeng dahilan. Maari kasi na napag-aralan na nila yun, but kailangan lang magkaroon ng oral arguments to see if mapapabago natin yung magiging resolusyon. Maari rin na nung Wednesday, after nung initial oral arguments, ay meron ng naging pag-uusap. So, napakahirap kasi mag-speculate. Kaya I really don't want to cast any aspersions, lalo na baka sabihin porket hindi pabor sa atin, we're raising all these issues. So yung sa panig na lang ng defense, we'll just take the decision as it is. Of course, I wouldn't, I'd be lying if I will be saying na hindi ako nagulat na may ganun palang nangyari. But nonetheless, I don't think we should cast aspersions against the integrity of the court or anything like that. It is what it is. Yun yung naging resolusyon, yun yung naging ruling. At ngayon naman, sa amin naman, sinasabi ko naman parate, hindi naman kami takot sa dokumento. Kung lumabas man yung lahat ng yan, handa din naman kaming harapin bawat isa sa mga dokumento na yan. Kaya lang naman kami nag-oppose dahil we really firmly believe na itong subpoena ay overbroad at may mga batas na maapektuhan that are there not only meant to protect the Vice President or impeachable officers, but all of us. That's why we really just had to point that out in our oral arguments.
Attorney, pero para sa defense po, sa tingin ninyo, naging useless yung arguments kahapon o sana nilabas na lang yung ruling?
Well, hindi naman. Sa totoo lang. Kasi ang sa akin naman, whatever happened prior, kung may ruling man o wala, I earnestly believe na yung mga senator judges natin nakinig naman. At pangalawa, ang isang importante rin, di ba ang gusto natin parate transparency. So at least narinig din ng ating mga kababayan kung ano yung points ng both sides, the prosecution and the defense. At at least napakita natin sa kanila kung ano rin yung mga naging basihan natin, bakit natin tinutulan itong mga request na to. So sa akin, hindi ko masasabing useless yung naging exercise kasi at least we were still able to ventilate through oral arguments the position of the defense and the basis on why we held on to that position.
Pero in-expect nyo, attorney, na magkakaroon sana ng botohan kahapon?
Hindi ko alam kung magkakaroon ng botohan. What I honestly expected yesterday was parang 2 minutes na questions for each senator, kung meron man silang clarificatory questions. And then, meron kasing nabanggit rin na 10 minutes per senator to sort of explain his or her position, a total of 1 hour per side. Parang ganun ang narinig ko. So, kahapon, nagulat ako na wala na yon. So I think I took it as though there was already a consensus. But again, that's the ruling of the Honorable Court, and as I've always said, we are party litigants. So we even if the ruling is favorable, whether it's favorable or adverse to you, you really have to respect Or else, 'di ba, yun nga yung pinaglalaban namin rule of law, 'di ba? So, kung kami mismo hindi susunod sa rules, hindi naman magandang ehemplo yun. So, sa atin, hindi pa rin naman nawawala yung mga nabanggit ko nga kagabi na there are legal remedies available kung gugustuhin man namin. Pero hanggang sa ngayon, wala pa kaming desisyon ukol dyan. Nakausap ko po kagabi ang ating Vice Presidente. Siyempre, in-update ko siya dun sa nangyaring ruling. Sinabi ko naman sa kanya that we have already requested for the certified true copy of that ruling. But whether we will be going up or we will just accept the ruling as it is, ay hindi po namin napag-usapan ng malaliman pa. Dahil siyempre, kailangan natin hintayin yung ruling. In any case, sabi ko nga, handa naman kami kasi nga, bago pa kami nag-oral arguments, we really maintained the disposition na may possibility talaga na ibigay lahat. No? So, we were ready for that nonetheless.
Sir, ano reaction niyo?
Wala namang, kumbaga, as a matter of fact lang yung naging usapan namin. I-report ko lang na ito yung nangyari. She said, okay, well, you know what to do naman. No? Meaning, alam naman yan na handa kami kahit lumabas yung mga dokumento na yan kasi wala naman kaming talagang gustong itago. No? Because yan ang parating sinasabi. But ang posisyon lang talaga namin is unang-una sa lahat, ang legal system natin may presumption of innocence. So para sa amin hindi naman tama yung sasabihin na kung wala kang itatago, ilabas mo na. Kasi kung ganun, wag na tayo mag-search warrant. Wag na tayo magkaroon ng mga proseso, 'di ba? Kasi kung ganun, hahamunin ka lang na ilabas mo, dapat ilabas mo. But naintindihan din niya that we had to make our opposition just to at least put on record kung ano yung mga nakikita nating violations kung sakaling may ibigay ito. But nonetheless, it's the wisdom of the impeachment court.
Wala siyang guidance, sir, na sige, iakyat natin sa Supreme Court.
Sa ngayon, wala pa because syempre, when we advise her, we'll also have to give her the pros and cons in everything. No? So I'm preparing to do that. And then once mailatag ko siguro sa kanya, doon lang siguro siya makakapag-decide kung okay sa kanya. No? At sa amin rin, kahit kami, tinitingnan rin naman namin yung mga repercussions kung saaling gawin namin itong bagay na to.
Attorney, kayo rin po ba yung tatayo na legal defense counsel ni Attorney Mans or kung hindi, may pag-uusap na ba sa kampo niya?
Hindi po ako yung may sariling set of lawyers po si Attorney Mans. Yan po yung I don't know if it will be the same set now, but if you notice during yung time na sa House of Representatives, sa Committee on Justice, 'di ba, naghain sila ng reklamo laban sa AMLAC. Iba po yung mga lawyers niya doon. I'm not sure lang kung yun yung same set, but I plan to reach out to them at least to check kung sa tingin nila ano rin ba yung gusto nilang gawin dahil syempre po yun po ay makakaapekto rin sa mga karapatan pantao ni Attorney Mans, especially the right to privacy.
Attorney, dahil po kumpiyansa ang defense panel na walang malalambat na malaking ebidensya ang prosecution panel sa pagbubukas po ng mga financial records na ito?
Well, sa atin, of course, I'm familiar with the documents. Hindi ko naman ikakailayan. So, I'm fairly confident. Although, syempre, sabi nga natin, parati tayong with guarded confidence. Kasi, in the course of the trial, twists and turns can happen. But I'm fairly confident na wala naman silang mapapatunayan. No? But whether that will happen or not, it will also depend on the appreciation of the impeachment court. So hanggang doon na lang po siguro sabihin ko para di tayo maakusahan that we're already going into the merits.
Sir, tama, despite ng approval ng pagsusupina, si President Marcos pa rin ang may last say kung i-approvehan niya yung pag-open ng mga...
Ang pagkakaintindi ko, only sa BIR po. Only sa BIR. No? Yung bank accounts kasi, wala kasi pong wala pong kinakailangan presidential approval. Pagdating naman sa AMLAC, wala din naman pong kinakailangan na presidential approval, kundi, of course, the approval of the council. No? But pagdating po sa BIR documents specifically, yung exception po kasi dyan is yung Section 71, kung saan nakasaad na bago po mailabas yan, kailangan may approval ng ating Pangulo.
Kailangan po ba sumulat ng prosecution o motu proprio pwedeng gawin ni President Marcos?
Ang pagkakaintindi ko po sa proseso, but again, this is kolatilya lang po. Ito po yung pagkakaintindi ko sa proseso. Once a subpoena is issued against the BIR, it will be the BIR to process, and see if they should or should not comply with the subpoena. And if they want to comply with the subpoena, they will be the ones recommending to the President for his approval.
Magti-TRO po ba kayo or injunction before the Supreme Court?
As I've said kanina, ma'am, hindi pa namin napagdedesisyonan kung aakyat kami sa Supreme Court. Kasama na rin dyan, di rin namin napagdedesisyonan. Although, ordinarily naman, talagang hihingi ng TRO lahat, no? But pag lalo na sa ganyang mga bagay, but yun ay going ahead of what we've already discussed because we have not discussed anything just yet.
Nakausap niyo po ng personal si VP kagabi?
Hindi po. Wala po si VP dito, so hindi ko po siya makakausap ng personal.
Sir, ibig sabihin wala pa rin balak si VP na pumunta dito, sir? Wala pa rin muna kapag-usapan na sir?
Wala po. Sa ngayon po, sa pagkakaintindi ko, wala pa naman ganung plano na pumunta dito in person.
Pero naka-monitor siya, sir.
Well, we update her accordingly. No? So in a way, and she has her own monitoring system also.
Nasaan ngayon si VP, sir?
Sa ngayon, ang pagkakaalam ko, she is in The Hague, kung hindi ako nagkakamali. No? But she'll be back soon. So, but yun lang ang pagkakaalam ko. I don't know. We'll have to confirm with OVP.
Attorney, earlier today, nagkaroon po ng marking ng evidences. Were there additional evidences that were sent again?
Today pa lang po yung naging marking. I understand we sent 4 lawyers there for the marking. The purpose was for transfer marking, meaning yung mga, nung nagkaroon tayo ng pre-trial, marami kasi sa mga dokumento na photocopy lang at ngayon nakuha na ng prosecution yung certified true copies. So they just wanted to transfer the marking, which we did not see the need to object to. Okay naman po yun. And then if there is any new document that will be marked, I think pinayagan din po yun. No? So sa ngayon, ang update sa akin, although I don't know how accurate this is, hindi pa yata tapos. So there might be a need to ask for at least 1 more day of marking.
Attorney, may binabanggit yung prosecution na may isisiwalat si Director Matibag na hindi parang may isisiwalat ni na NBA agent Lotok and si agent attorney
Kalilong yata.
Kalilong.
Apa.
Lotok and Kalilong.
Apa, Agent Kalilong. Well, sa atin, we're just waiting. We're ready, obviously, but we will also wait. Di naman natin alam kung ano rin yung isisiwalat. So, we will just wait and see mamaya sa presentation ng evidence and we will react accordingly through cross-examination.
Attorney, last naman, doon sa pag-uusap niyo ni VP kagabi, nabanggit niyo ba sa kanya o natanong niyo ba siya kung VP, aakyat ba natin doon sa SC? Something like that.
No, that's not the way I do things kasi when I talk to the Vice President before I suggest anything or ask anything, I should already have the pros and cons. So I'm just preparing all of that and then once I have it, then I'll ask her. No? Kasi sa ngayon, wala pa rin naman tayong magagawa dahil kung gusto man nating umakyat, wala pa tayong certified true copy ng ruling. No, yun kasi yung isa sa mga requirements bago natin iakyat, kailangan po natin ng certified copy ng ruling na kino-question natin.
So you presented the pros and cons kung sakaling iakyat at wala pa siyang decision.
No, as I said, I'm still preparing the pros and cons, no? Kasi that's how we work. Before I ask VP for anything, I should be able to give her the pros and cons para makita din niya para makapag-decide siya na at well-informed yung maging decision niya.
Attorney, have you double-checked? You mentioned last night na hindi kayo pwedeng mag-MR sa impeachment court kasi wala yun sa rules ng...
Oo, wala sa rules eh. Wala talaga sa rules akong nakita. And then I remember a few days ago, I think one of our defense counsels, I think it was Attorney Narvasa, who tried to ask for reconsideration for a ruling of the chair or of the presiding officer at sinabihan siya that you cannot ask for reconsideration. So I really don't know yet. We're still studying, the defense is studying that yet. Although, of course, the initial glance is wala kaming nakita na pwedeng mag-motion for reconsideration. In any case, we're not just focused kasi on either mag-AMR or iaakyat to. Another focus kasi is talagang handa naman tayong harapin to. So kasi kahit umakyat naman tayo, hindi naman tayo nakakasigurado na mabibigyan din tayo ng TRO, hindi ba? So ang focus namin is really whether iakyat or not, we have to be prepared for these documents.